Hello and welcome to another video. So we've got the Havencraft Seraph deck. A few little alterations compared to the original Seraph decks, taking in the Goblin Breaker Tina for those neutral kills, the Monk of Purification as one of the new cards, getting us 2 Mystic Holy Waters. Great for that little bit of healing. The Red Branch Knight, a solid blockage for damage, also works quite well against spawn decks. And we've also got Snow White, which is pretty much teched into every Haven deck at this point. There's not much reason not to run it. It's a solid 2-drop and has a great stat line. So other than that, we will get right into the games here and hopefully enjoy them. Our first matchup is against Haven. Going for those early games, but since there's a lot of variation in Haven at the moment, there's a good chance that we're not in a mirror, and even if we were in a mirror, it's not too bad when we're going first, I believe. I think we get. Maybe we don't. Who knows? We'll see. No, we get to go second. Although playing against Aegis, you get this out turn 8 anyway. They go for Aegis turn 9 and then you just win. So Seraph can beat out Aegis on its own. Does a good job against Blood as well, which you'll see in the next game. And the healing is quite good against anything else aggressive. Sometimes you will get unlucky though, and draw into things that are really quite useless. But most of the time you're just looking to control the board until you can drop your Seraph combo for a game finisher. So limit as much damage as you can. Maybe ping some damage here and there. That seems to be the best way to handle this. So they got their little Snow White. Get the pretty alright trade. Fortunately though, our own Tribunal could easily kill us off if we so choose. And we now have everything for the Seraph combo, along with our own Snow White. So now it's just a matter of making it to turn 8. Which with Monk of Purification on 6 shouldn't be too difficult. And you'll notice that you don't really spend many play points because you only really want to play things to deal with the board. So there's no need to overcommit. You're better off holding removal in your hand if you can, if they don't have a big threat. And we get our own Mystic Water. Also, if you also have the Seraph combo, it's completely fine to overdraw and burn cards here and there. I've found that most of the time, if you already have board clears such as Decree or Tribunal, then burning one extra removal card isn't the be-all or end-all to a deck if you already have the combo in place and you're already close to being able to play it. So we get to see their own Snow White. Which luckily doesn't trade very well with this at this point, unless they have something else in hand. But you never know. Then they go for their clear. So my suspicion was that they're playing an Aegis deck. I don't really have anything else to play, so I just kind of, you know, burn a card off. Getting that little bit of health just to put us at 20, just in case. And luckily we don't see a Seraph from them, meaning that we actually have the advantage going into turn 8. And with what we have on board, we can quite easily kill these. Meaning Seraph can be played on a practically clear board. And drawing that Decree really helps us if we do get in a sticky spot. Not that we need it because we already have all the combo pieces for the Seraph combo, so as long as they don't have some form of banish, we actually can win this pretty easily. So trading into the 5/5 was kind of pointless. I didn't see any need to not do it. It was mainly just to remove it, just in case they decide they wanted to play something that could potentially clear that off and gain them more boosts. Luckily, even with their healing, not going to help them. We have more than enough here to deal game. Proc it for 1. Healing Prayer into another one. and then Hollow Dogma to finish off the game. Seraph has been pretty solid, at least from the testing I've done with it so far. There is neutral Seraph going around as well, but that's a deck that I didn't have much luck with compared to the normal Seraph. I'd found that normal Seraph was much stronger than neutral Seraph. Neutral Seraph serves a different purpose, which isn't bad, it's just I didn't have any luck with it personally. So we do get the Sister's Initiate and Double Sacred Plea. Double Sacred Plea is actually really good, and the Sister Initiate is part of the combo, so it's alright to normally keep that. Luckily we do draw Heavenly Hound, meaning that we do have something to compete with Blood on turn 2. Not the best card, but it's something. So we just go Double Sacred Plea. We go all in with it, because we know we're going to need cards to deal with their turns. So we just play the Heavenly Hound just to contest this 2-1. We didn't really need its Evolve effect here. The difficult part of this matchup is the fact that they're using a Bat aggro and not a Spawn deck for Blood, which serves the same sort of aggressive purpose, it just doesn't have the late game finishes that Spawn does, making it a little harder to get that final push of damage. But fortunately with this deck there is enough counters to kill off Spawn. So the unfortunate part here is that we are going into turn 5. Luckily we get the Banish and the Amulet gain, which works out in our favour, limiting the damage we take for at least next turn. And we have all the combo pieces to Seraph again. I never had much trouble getting everything I need for Seraph, it's just a matter of having enough health by turn 8 that I can play 8 on nothing. Which if you get pretty lucky with your draws isn't too bad. So, Decree, giving us the easy board clear. And Tribunal proccing next turn makes it harder for them to play anything, because it will just be killed next turn. And they obviously suspect that. And fortunately, Prism Princess, amazing plays. And then we just play Goblin just in case. Goblin's a great 2-for-1, if you can pull it off. This is the one turn that I decided I had to take a risk. Unfortunately they didn't play that very well, I would have rammed the 5-2 into something else. So my risk is just a little bit of damage, unfortunately. So the most damage I can take on board is at the moment 3 with this play. Being able to get rid of their 5 and then trade into the 3-2, leaving just 3 bats. I would have been dead to another fortress, but it was a risk that I kind of had to take. I felt like if I didn't take this risk here, there was a good chance that I wasn't going to be able to come back from it anyway. You really want to be pushing these Seraph players off. Fortunately they didn't have anything, and we can just play straight into our Sister Initiative, Hollow Dogma for lethal. Working out quite nicely. To the glorious glory. And the final game of this video is a Sword. Pretty solid little meta roundup. So we have the Snow White and the Heavenly Hound. I do drop the Heavenly just to look for something else like a Sacred Plea, since I already had Princess on 2. Heavenly could have worked out quite nicely because it couldn't combo with the Princess, but I really wasn't too worried about it. And we're already 3/4 of the way to our combo. Double Healing Prayer and Statue Seraph. So anything we really drew was quite good. Fortunately, we do get Sacred Plea a little late. It would have been much nicer to have that turn 1. And they burn their Shiver Flame. But that's alright, we get the 2/3. And I decided to use the Hollow Dogma just for the extra draw because Sword tends to flood pretty well and I don't want to be left with nothing. So being able to proc those extra draws in next turn was pretty important. Plus I have plenty of other cards to proc in Statue Seraph and enough time to set it up, and we draw it anyway. We draw the Sister Initiative, giving us our combo back in full. And this time we have the Heavenly Hound and the Princess if we decide to go for that play. Unfortunately though, they do have what they need to remove this completely. It's kind of sad. The lucky part is a Prism Princess trade works just as well in the next turn if we decide to. You can't really go too wrong with that. Plus the Prism Princess Evolve trade works nicely with the Heavenly Hound being able to just play it out, giving us a 2/4. Buying us just another turn probably. But the more turns we can gain, the better. So, turn 5. Luminous Mage. Card you expect to see quite regularly. So, huge risk, 50-50 on the board. Killing off the Luminous Mage is the important one, which we luckily do hit. If we had have missed the Luminous Mage, that Saber would have been a lot stronger. Fortunately we did hit. So sometimes you do just have to get lucky, or you can be in a bad spot. Fortunately we do have the Tribunal, which procs, killing off the 2/1, which is weak, although with the Iron Maiden it does basically the same job of preventing them from attacking, setting up for Seraph in the next turn. And now knowing their turn 8, and knowing that at least one of these isn't going to be able to hit, their max damage potential here is 9. With another Albert it would be 11 I believe? No, 12. So they'd be 1 off lethal if they played into another Albert, so they would need a 3-drop to deal damage. Which fortunately, they don't have. Meaning we have plenty of stuff to do this combo off. Double Healing Prayer, double Sister Initiative, we have more than enough to win this game. And that pretty much wraps that one up. So that was the Seraph Haven deck. A few little changes since the original Seraph Haven decks. Mostly just teching for blood, teching for neutral, and making sure your healing is on par. Not much else really changes too much. Other than that, it's really, really effective. You've got plenty of things to do things with. You've got things like Iron Maiden, which are quite effective. Other than that, that's pretty much the deck. There isn't too much I would change. Maybe swapping Grimnir out for something else. Sister Initiative I like. There is another gold that works almost as well as Sister Initiative. I can't remember what that was now though. That's about it though. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smack that like button and subscribe. As always, you'll find the deck list in the description, and I will catch you guys next time. See ya!